Well, we are talking about the Boston Calling Music Festival, and part of looking forward is looking back at previous success stories. The Boston-based band Couch played Boston Calling 2 years ago in 2023. They have only grown from there. Joining us now, we have lead singer from Couch, Tema Siegel, Zach Blankstein, and Danny Silverston. Thank you all so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
We're really excited to have you here. First off, for people who have not heard your sound before, how would you describe your genre of music?
We're a pop band, but we all grew up playing jazz and listening to funk and soul, so we try to bring that live sound into our show. We really love artists like Bruno Mars, Lake Street Dive, Remy Wolf, and we're trying to bring that same energy.
Honestly, when I was listening to you, you just, like, it's happy. It's just like a really happy sounding genre of music, honestly. It put a smile on my face. You just returned from a European tour. Tell me about that. How did it go?
Yeah, Europe was amazing. It was our first time on a tour bus, which is super cool.
Wow.
You know, we really got the opportunity to explore all these cities. For example, Hamburg, Germany. We went to the Miniature Wonderland, which is the largest model train set in the world. It's like 4 stories big. It's utterly astonishing. I know it's not exactly what you were asking about, but all I'm trying to say is that we really got the opportunity to explore these cities and hang out, and that was just an absolute blast.
Yeah, making those fun memories. Did you have a favorite city abroad?
I think Amsterdam for me was really, really nice.
Amsterdam, yeah.
Copenhagen was really beautiful. That's where we started.
Oh, lovely. Okay, so you're going to be a little bit local now. Sorry that you had to leave Europe. You're going to be headlining the Lowell Town and City Music Festival next week. What is that going to be like? What can people expect?
We're psyched. It's over 50 bands, many of whom are local. We're playing on Saturday, but it's 3 days of music, really affordable, walkable festival. We can't wait. Saturday at 3 o'clock.
And some of you have like Boston connections, right?
We're all from the area.
All from the area?
All but our drummer.
All but your drummer. Okay, so if you don't mind sharing, where did you guys grow up?
We both grew up in Newton.
Okay.
I grew up in Needham.
In Needham, okay. And did you go to school locally around here as well, I think I read?
For high school, and then we went to colleges around the country.
Yeah, okay. When did you guys first meet, by the way? When did Couch start to form?
Yeah, I think it sort of started in high school. This is sort of Zach's project, and we were all going to his house and writing music. And I think once we left for college, it was more of a, lots of trying to keep in touch and writing when we were home. But once we finished college, that's when we kind of started to play gigs, rehearse a lot more, and get a lot more serious about it. But, I've known Zach since middle school. I've known Tema since middle school as well, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's, okay, so from middle school to Boston Calling, I mean, how much of a turning point was playing that festival for you and the band in your careers?
Yeah, I mean, Boston Calling was amazing. It's funny because when I think back on it, I think less about, we've probably played 100 shows or so since then, but it was really actually a hectic moment for the band, which I don't know if most people know about, but we had a show in Reno the night before, Reno, Nevada, and so we flew on a red eye to Boston that morning. We got in a few hours before we were hitting.
Gosh.
It was very kind of intense, and shout out to Tema's dad, Steve. He picked us up in the minivan, and we got to the gig narrowly with enough time to play the show. And yeah, the show was super, super fun. Lots of new fans. But yeah, I'm not sure if most people knew that that's kind of what was behind that gig.
Yeah, it's all the stuff that goes on behind the scenes when you're like, when you're a musical artist that people don't think of. Like, you guys are exhausted, you're on the road, but no one would ever know because you're professionals.
Right.
What would you say to other Boston-based bands that are maybe playing the festival for the first time as someone who's been there and done it?
Don't book a show in Reno. Right.
Okay, that's good advice. Anything else?
I think take advantage of the fact that there are artist spaces like plazas and quads and places where you can mingle with these other bands, and it's such a great opportunity to network with local artists, but also artists you look up to.
Okay, so we got to talk about Sweater Sessions too. Tell me about this.
That is a new record we just put out. It's a live in-studio session. We're trying to capture the energy of our show, but in a high-quality recording environment like a studio.
Cool.
There's 3 videos on YouTube, a whole thing out on Spotify, and wherever else people listen to music.
Do you have a favorite song to perform, something that you have the most fun on stage with?
I kind of like playing the new stuff. So we played a song earlier today for you all that is unreleased, and I feel like with those songs, we still kind of get to experiment with a few things and kind of hone it in. and that's especially fun for us, I think.
Yeah, okay. Any kind of thoughts on the Boston music scene and how you've seen it evolve? I mean, this is something that you've been working on for a long time. I know you took a little break during school, but just kind of any thoughts on that space now? We host Boston Calling, and so just curious kind of your thoughts on that.
I mean, I think Boston is such a great city to grow up in as a musician. My parents took me to Club Passim in Cambridge all the time growing up to see local singer-songwriters. There's Wally's, I think a lot of us go there to see jazz. So there's so many places to take inspiration from.
Yeah. You just got accepted to be part of the Salt Lick Incubator. I always got to say that a little slow. Talk to us about that and why it's so important. It's really crucial for musicians. It's a great thing.
Yeah, we're so excited to be a part of Salt Lick. They basically help artists that are independent like us function at a really professional level as though we were working with a label. However, they're not, taking from artists. They're really just there to bolster them. So we're so grateful, and we were one of 800 applicants, I believe, chosen by artists like Charlie Puth and John Baptiste and Susan Tedeschi. So it's very much an honor.
So it must be incredible to think like those people see something in you.
Yeah.
They think you're special and they want to help support you guys. That's really awesome. Okay, can you share with us some information because you're going to be coming back to Boston in the fall as well?
Totally. We actually just announced our biggest headline tour ever, which ends in Boston on November 22nd at RoadRunner. It's our biggest show we've ever done. And yeah, we'd love to see you all there. We'd love to pack the house.
How can people get to Lowell? Anything that they need to know as far as like attending?
Yeah, I think we're playing at 3. It's at Taffeta.
Lovely.
Taffeta. It's going to be indoor. It's going to be a great time.
Okay.
Yeah, make it over there.
3 o'clock at Taffeta. It's going to be gorgeous, so do not miss it. Tema, Zach, and Danny, thank you so much for coming in.